Hey videographers, viewer KW asked about my video workflow for the Fujifilm GFX100. This is the third of 3 videos about video workflow for Fujifilm cameras. And this video, recorded on the Fujifilm X-T4, is produced with HLG, hybrid log gamma, and output to Rec 2020 HLG. I hope your display supports that. The first video demonstrates a standard HD workflow, primarily using internal settings, recording on the GFX 50S2. The second, an HDR workflow using F-Log, recorded with the XH1. This video uses HLG. That capability has not been implemented on as many models. Now, because the rendering results are different, these 3 approaches can't really be demonstrated in a single video. Now, at a high level, my workflow is to record in camera using the highest available bitrate, then to import the video into a nonlinear editor. I use the current version of Final Cut 10.5. So after reviewing the recordings, I assemble the good base takes onto a timeline, then I sync the externally recorded audio. Exposure and color corrections are set before trimming and adding B-roll, which may require its own corrections. Then titles in lower thirds. Next step adds transitions, where a straight cut doesn't convey my intent. I add music or effects as required, and make the necessary audio EQ adjustments. Then finally, I render and output the video before sending it off to the client or uploading it to YouTube. My workflow includes recording audio on an external recorder. That approach provides higher quality and more control. For these videos, that's the Zoom F2 lapel mic and recorder. Now, I'm using the X-T4 in movie mode with the highest video settings, 4K at 30 frames. Selecting the HLG setting notes that the H.265 codec is required, so I'm selecting the HEVC codec. For editing, I'm using the all-intra compression. I'm recording internally and using an external recorder with the camera's info display on to show you the menu and the settings. You know my video settings: manual exposure mode, shutter 1/60th, aperture f4 for a defocused background, ND filter. HLG, like F-Log, disables several image quality settings: film simulation, dynamic range, tone control, but not color saturation, which I'm leaving at the default. I'll make all of those adjustments while editing. On the X-T4, F-Log requires a minimum ISO of 640, but H-Log requires 1000. That puts additional pressure on your exposure settings. I've set the aperture to f8, as I only brought a 3-stop ND with me. With HLG, the histogram should be centered, staying away from the right, which will otherwise be overexposed. Again, a few test recordings, as long as you have an HLG-capable display, helps get the exposure right. I'm using the overcast white balance, but recording the DSC Labs Chroma selfie to fine-tune it in post. And here in Collingwood, I'm fortunate that I can make a test recording and immediately evaluate it. But even if it's not that easy, meaning you need to go scouting and take some test shots at the location beforehand, it's a step I highly recommend for quality results. That process also helps refine your specific workflow. Next step, the edit suite. The remainder of this video is recorded from Final Cut. I don't mean to suggest that it's the most capable. I use it because I'm familiar with it. In Final Cut, create a new library and modify the library properties. Select the wide gamut HDR option. That enables access to the wider color and dynamic range settings. And create a new project, 4K, 16:9 resolution, 30 frame drop. Because I'm going to post this on YouTube, ProRes 422, you may observe a slight bump in quality at 422 HQ. Then color space. Wide gamut HDR, Rec 2020 HLG. And let me know if you need a video that decodes all those terms, and that's the project on our timeline. Import, I put all the files I need in a single folder. Sync the audio using Clip Synchronize. and put the combined clip on the timeline. Now I'm finding the scene with the chroma selfie. The waveform shows the standard luma -20 to +120 range. And looks like a good starting point. Let's zoom in on the chart. Scene seems a little dark. Let's bring up the midtones and the highlights, reduce the shadows slightly. Back to the full scene, a little fine-tuning. A slight tweak to the global saturation level, along with a few degrees of hue to bring a little more red into my complexion. I'll probably tweak this a little more while I'm reviewing the recording. Adjust the audio levels. The F2 records low, so needs a little boost. Trim the top and the tail. And then I put B-roll over a background and add the screens I recorded from the Ninja. For these, setting the color space override to HLG raises the levels, otherwise the screen looks dark. Then lower third supers and other titles, and the closing credits. Then review the entire project, adding the required transitions. Music, Adam's intro and extra stings, and EQ the audio. The mic was in the open, so a minor adjustment lets you hear the leaves rustle. And then a final end-to-end review. When that's done, export. I'm using the more efficient H.265 codec, which Apple calls HEVC. 10-bit will retain more color and dynamic range. 8-bit generates a warning from Final Cut. As I said at the beginning, this workflow creates an HLG output which should display appropriately on standard dynamic range sets, but reveal the high dynamic range on HLG-capable sets. Video 1 demonstrates an in-camera solution using the film simulations. 2 demonstrates F-Log for HDR displays. Now, my friend Sonam lent me the X-T4. Fujifilm did not pay me. This video's not sponsored. I don't stop in the middle to sell you something. I don't let YouTube interrupt my content with ads. And that makes me very grateful to those of you who've decided to become members and be my sponsors by joining this channel. Thank you. Now, if membership isn't for you, then please consider subscribing. But one thing, I do read and reply to all relevant questions and civil comments. Thanks for your time today. Stay safe.